Hey, child of God, I don't know if you have any teenagers in your family or grandchildren that are teenagers. I have two daughters in their early 20s, and I hear this phrase from time to time, so-and-so was checking them out, or checking them out. Well, I guess that's a contemporary culture expression, but I have a revelation for you, or maybe not. I want you to know, though, that God is checking you out. He's checking me out, and the reason He's checking us out is because God has given us very specific instructions that He wants us to obey. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 1 says, "Be careful to obey all the commands I'm giving you today." Now in Hebrews 8:5, we're told that God, they used the children of Israel as an example for us to go by. Now bear that in mind as I read the rest of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 1. Here's what it says. "Then you will live and multiply, and you will enter and occupy the land the Lord swore to your ancestors." When it comes to wealth, opportunity, and obedience, you got to know that God is checking you out. He wants to determine our response to His commands, His instructions, and whether or not we are obedient only when it's convenient or we're obedient all the time. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 2, "But thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep the commandments or not." See, He wants to know what's in your heart. I'm telling you, God is checking you out. Now, it's easy to follow God when things are easy, when things are going good, but the real measure of our faith, the real measure of our character, our integrity, is how we respond and react when things are not good, when we're going through the adversities of life. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 3 says, "That He might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live." Now, our obedience to His instructions, our obedience to His commands, is an absolute prerequisite for us to move in His glorious promises, His provision for our lives. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 6 says, "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in His ways, and to fear Him." When we obey Him, when we follow His instructions, when we act on His promises, then God is going to bring us, child of God, He's going to bring us into a glorious place. It's described in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 7 through 9. Here's what it says. "Into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land where thou shalt eat bread without scarceness." Get ready, here it comes. "Thou shalt not lack anything in it." Thou shalt not lack anything in it. Now, I want you to know right now, you may feel like you're traveling through enemy territory, but you've got to know that what you're in is actually a battle for territory. And the enemy's coming against you, but you may feel like you're traveling through the enemy territory. But you just gotta know. You want to know. You gotta know. That God is wanting to bring you into a new place, a fresh place, where every need will be met and you will lack for nothing. That's what that scripture says. You will lack for nothing in it. Regardless of how scarce things may seem right now, you've got to know that you're coming to a place where you will lack for nothing. You need to take those words and get them down inside of you. In fact, say it with me. I will lack for nothing. I will lack for nothing. Personalize it. Harold Herring will lack for nothing. Bev Herring will lack for nothing. John will lack for nothing. Jay will lack for nothing. Diane will lack for nothing. Alan Janine will lack for nothing. You will lack for nothing. No good thing will you lack for. Now let me just tell you, that's something that ought to make you shout. And I can tell you, the fact that you'll lack for nothing is definitely some rich thoughts.